There are two endings in the finale of Amanda the Adventurer. Both of the endings are tragic and one leads to a bittersweet conclusion to the story. I already covered the true ending in the video and briefly went over it. If you haven't watched it already, you can do so by clicking on the card above. Here we learn more about the backstory of Rebecca and the relationship that she had with her father and how the strength of that relationship helps Rebecca remember her past and break free from her long imprisonment in a lab's pod. Just the thought of this is really scary. Something that you wouldn't imagine in your worst nightmares. You know something else that is really scary? Something that made thousands of people have sleepless nights? Entity of darkness that preyed on people at night. An entity known as Dracula, which interestingly is available as a long-awaited crossover event in Watcher of Realms, which is the sponsor of today's video. Watcher of Realms meets the classic Dracula, where you take control of Vlad Dracula himself, immersing yourself in the intense fights through the diverse battle stages. You get 4 new exciting heroes in this free-to-play strategy game. Count Dracula, the Dark Prince, embodying ultimate elegance and nobility. His ultimate skill delivers extremely high single-target burst damage. Lady Mina, who possesses exceptional AoE control abilities. During her ultimate, she enables allies to deal massive damage to enemies. Mina also shares a bond skill with Dracula. She can summon him through a mirror to join the battle. Dr. Van Helsing, a damage-dealing marksman who fires mystic silver arrows that mark his targets. And during his ultimate, he switches to wielding an axe to execute enemies, triggering devastating AoE explosions. There are a variety of exciting events packed with free rewards which are launched during the Dracula event, which you can get through the daily in-game activities. Watcher of Realms has an expansive world and a rich storyline, with each hero having a unique set of skills and backstory. The game is also very user-friendly, with several convenient features to assist you, such as background auto fights and quick startups. There's a fun little Dracula persona test available as well, which I personally took, revealing I would be a good dark noble Dracula, being an aristocrat in the shadows and master of manipulation. Go ahead and take your own Dracula persona test through clicking the event link in the description below and scan the QR code to download Watcher of Realms for free now on PC, Android, and iOS.
Download Watcher of Realms now, traversing time to find you.
In the true ending, Rebecca is finally found in her isolated pod where she is rescued by Riley and comes face to face with her anomaly, the monster that is the representation of her animated counterpart, Amanda, or the monster. In there, she uses the power of the tape to destroy the manifestation, a monster that appeared from the trauma that Rebecca went through after being put under so much distress. This monster strangely was connected to the tapes and wanted to destroy them, which would lead to the connection between the real human, Rebecca, and the monster getting weaker and weaker. The final tape we pass to Rebecca to face her monster is the birthday tape, which is of a memory Rebecca has of her last birthday with her father when she was 7 years old. She talks about an imagination that she had that she didn't even share with her father. In the tape, she is seen to be engulfed by the virtual world and then vanish.
But when she opened the presents, every single one was exactly what she had pictured. The little girl was excited, but she also felt a little scared. She never told anyone about what she saw in her mind. Not even her daddy.
This is possibly the time that she was consumed by the Hamlin organization Dark Rituals, and as we can see, she becomes hospitalized and goes into some sort of coma. Then when the father, Sam Colton, breaks into her room, she transforms into the monster, or maybe has an actual manifestation in the real world, which kills the father. A manifestation of all the demonic rituals that she went through, and the trauma that she was put under. Here, as she has a face-to-face, she manages to reconnect with the counterpart monster, which then transforms back into the animation version, who gives a sigh of relief and finally disappears, which reveals that Rebecca is finally freed. On the other hand, there's another ending where Rebecca loses her digital counterpart. In here, if Wooly's monster appears, the anomaly of Rebecca comes to her rescue, and as a result, both the monsters die. Rebecca mentions that half of her is gone and she is visibly hurt after the anomaly dies. So it turns out Amanda was a manifestation from Rebecca's essence, but at the same time, it was its own separate individual who coexisted with Rebecca, so that the entity dying ended up taking away half of Rebecca's essence.
I'll never be whole again. Please, help me leave this place.
Despite being separate, it was still part of Rebecca, and it had to be gone in a peaceful and calm manner, as we saw in the true ending, having a closure to finally let the counterpart rest in peace. Despite being freed, Rebecca still has lost her father, who we learn she loved so much and built her character thanks to Sam's patience and encouragements.
The man told the little girl that she was tall enough to ride on the roller coaster now. At first, the little girl didn't want to go. It looked too high up and too scary. But the man told her that being scared can be fun, and that we don't know what we can do until we try. The little girl decided she could be brave. She got on the ride and held her breath while the car climbed up and up and up. Suddenly, it was racing down, down, down. It went so fast, she felt like her tummy had butterflies in it. The little girl had never felt like that before. She laughed and laughed. When the ride was over, the man hugged her and said he was so proud of how brave she was. And then the little girl thought that she could do just about anything. Because her daddy said she could. One day, the girl's daddy took the two best friends to the beach. They wore matching bathing suits and shared a pineapple smoothie, and it was tangy and tasted like sunshine. They bought matching sunglasses on the boardwalk and put them on and ran down to the water. They jumped into the waves and looked for seashells. A little crab walked across their toes, and the little girl and her friend laughed at his funny little walk. It was one of the best days of the little girl's life.
He was a reassuring person who made Rebecca's life better, and it is so sad that he died under the hands of her anomaly, something that she will possibly blame herself till the end of her life. In the meantime, when the monster version of Wooly breaches the lab, he destroys all the pods of the missing children, which leads to them all dying, as we can see their digital counterparts all having white eyes and losing their lives. This is all while the lab is abandoned, which might suggest that Hamlin abandoned their experiments long ago, especially after giving a speech on how they want to cancel the Amanda the Adventurer show.
3 years after taking over production, Hamlin Entertainment has pulled the plug on beloved community TV show Amanda the Adventurer. Once a modest public access children's program, Amanda the Adventurer was purchased from local producer Sam Colton and became a high-tech and higher-budgeted animated series.
On behalf of Hamlin Entertainment, I am here today to address recent allegations that our program, Amanda the Adventurer, has an adverse effect on children. In our ongoing efforts to provide high-quality, educational children's entertainment, we are committed to transparency. And as such, we are proactively connecting with you, our Kensdale community. To address concerns for the safety of our audience and the security of our mission, we are destroying any remaining physical copies of episodes to which this small number of sensitive individuals react. If you have in your possession any of these tapes, we encourage you to turn them into our production offices to avoid further exposure.
So the children were left in pods, just wasting away, losing their precious years, all in vain. We also learn about Wooly finally. Wooly's real human version was called Marcus Mootman, someone whom we see in the interview of being hired in the company for the sole purpose of being Amanda's companion. He is eager to please and is very insecure, something we can see in the show.
Your employment here would be under the condition of strict confidentiality.
Yes, absolutely. I am thrilled to apply.
Mr. Movin, on a scale of 1 to 10, when you adopt a cause, what is your degree of devotion to that cause?
Pretty devoted, I guess. I'd say an 8. No, a 9. I aim to please.
When you are asked to complete a task by your supervisor, what is your degree of questioning that task, even if it comes into conflict with your current worldview?
I'm sorry, questioning? Do you mean?
When you are asked to complete a task by your supervisor, what is your degree of questioning that task, even if it comes into conflict with your current worldview?
2.
Please rate your ability to suppress personal autonomy for the benefit of maintaining harmony in business operations.
Oh, wow. I'd say an 8. Nope, a 9.
Even in the show, Wooly seems to be very clingy and always craving for Amanda's attention. As the opossum joins them, we see the jealousy through Wooly's eyes, comments, and behavior, how he wants all the attention to himself. Eventually, he has a breakdown, exploding on Amanda on how he only wants to play with her and how he doesn't care about anyone else, and he then chooses to leave her, which ends with his monster version going crazy and wreaking havoc, and even fighting the monster version of Amanda.
I don't know if I want to play anymore, Amanda.
Well, you don't have to play with me all the time, Wooly. Maybe I don't want you here all the time.
Well, does it matter what I want? Do you ever even think about what I want? No, nobody does. All anyone does is make promises that they can't keep.
Okay, so what do you want, Wooly?
You know what I want? I want everything to go back to the way it was, Amanda. All I've ever wanted is a nice place where things make sense. A place where we could be best friends forever. You don't have to think about what's going on anywhere else, Amanda. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and now it's all broken. Why do you ask so many questions? Why can't you and your stupid friend just let things be?
Well, I was just being polite. I don't need your help.
So it shows how Marcus's character was only used and exploited to be a companion to Amanda and nothing else. Poor Wooly's entire existence just depended on Amanda's, and at the end, he faced the brutal reality of how his existence doesn't matter, and Amanda is sick and tired of it. And the worst of it is that Hamlin abandons the project, goes into hiding, and no one ever hears of them again. Yet all the missing children, Marcus, Jordan, and Rebecca, stay imprisoned in the pods, just wasting away. So why the monster version of Wooly attacked Rebecca becomes clear because Wooly, or the real version of him, Marcus, was an insecure person who only was given one purpose: to please Amanda or Rebecca. When the opossum comes into the image and he realizes that he is not appreciated and Amanda is fed up with him, his entire purpose comes crashing down. Who has a mental breakdown, and as a result he becomes destructive, trying to kill Amanda or Rebecca. This unfortunately leads to Rebecca losing half of herself, half of her being and existence when Amanda dies, rather than joining with her into one body. The subsequent consequences are not clear to what will happen to her, but she might suffer lifelong injuries and disabilities. And that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to stay tuned for more by hitting on the subscribe button and the notification bell. As always, it's been your host Star. Thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.
this